This demo session is recorded and will be shared with you all later after the session. The study material and your system access will be provided by the training support staff. All the sessions of this training program would be recorded and available for all the participants for free download. The participants can reach out to training support staff for more details around this. Today, this particular demo session will give you all a high level of understanding about this training program on BPC 10.1. I first introduce myself. I am Bhapna and I'll be your trainer for this entire course. I am a BPC certified professional with around 11 years of practical SAP experience. I have around more than 3 years of training experience. In this demo, I'll be taking your doubts and queries over the chat box during the question and answer section towards the end of the session. You can click on the raise hand icon and I'll unmute you to take up the audio question in the end. Once you enroll for the program, you can do the session recording of your sessions on your local system as well. This training program will primarily focus on the academic certification syllabus for application associate. And besides the academic list of topics, we'll also get into some real-time troubleshooting, best practices, design approach, and our own project as a proof of concept. I will also share my experience in one of the sessions about the requirement gathering, because requirement gathering is a very important aspect of any project, and in which we will discuss about how to gather the requirements, what are the questions that we have to focus on while client discussions. So this complete demo session is divided into 6 parts. First, we will cover the course contents. Wherein we will be covering entire list of topics that we will discuss during the course that will help everybody to track the sessions and also help them to prepare themselves about the next or upcoming session topics. So for that purpose, we will go through the course content first in detailed way. The second part is we will be discussing about the BPC history and versions. So in this, we will be discussing like how BPC evolved, what are the various versions of BPC released so far, and what are the differences in between them. Then we will discuss about the BPC architecture, in which we will focus about the overview and how the BPC is designed. Then a small system demo. where I'll be showing you BPC Web UI and EPM add-in. After this, we will cover the study material and then finally question and answer session. So this is the overall agenda of this training session. So starting with the course content. First, the course overview. As we all should be on the same page and same frequency before starting this training program, so we will discuss brief about the course overview, where we will discuss the course goals and objectives. And then we have second unit for concepts and objects in BPC administration, where we will discuss about the business objects overview, and then business planning in consolidation modeling aspects, and then HTML5 web client overview, the basic terminologies, and environment management, like how we can create the new environment, what are the standard environment available into the system, and then we will discuss the dimension management, where we'll create new dimensions. Then we will discuss about models, financial models, consolidation models, all. And then we will discuss about the security mechanism. So in this unit, we will discuss all these points in brief, because these points we will be discussing in detailed way in the subsequent units. Then we will start the planning part, in which we will discuss about EPM add-in. So it is for creating the reports and input forms. We will first discuss how we can create the connection, and then we will create separately report and input form. Then we will start the comment part, in which we will discuss how we can enable comments and how we can input and retrieve our comments. After that, we will be discussing about the multi-reporting part, like how we can create multiple reports in a single worksheet. And then we will discuss the access sharing, like how we can share the access in between the reports, and also from one report with another report. Now the important part is formatting. We will discuss about dynamic formatting and how we can link a formatting sheet to several reports for this dynamic formatting, and then all the important EPM functions for achieving the formatting. And then we will talk about the EPM cell-based formulas. So there are certain EPM cell-based formulas which we use directly in the report for some functionalities. Suppose EPM access override or EPM dimension override. So we will discuss all these EPM cell-based formulas in this session. And then we will talk about like data acquisition, like how the master data will be uploaded from BW to BPC, transformation files and packages part, package links. Then we'll discuss about the data manager, like what are the data manager, standard data manager available into the system and how we can use data manager for manipulating the data. And then flat file upload. After that, we'll cover the logic script part. Logic script is also very important aspect of BPC. So it is the scripting language which is supported by BPC. So in this, we will discuss how we can manipulate the data by using scripts, the online execution, the central execution, and then top-down allocation, and how we can add the dimension member formulas. Moving on to my next slide. Business process flows. We will discuss how we can create business process flows. So business process flow is just like a guided navigation for the business users. It contains all the end-to-end steps for a complete application. So in this, we will learn like how to manage life cycle of BPC instances, how we can create and start, reset and archive. These features we will discuss for a business process flow, and how to manage the assignment of process and activity instances. After that, we will cover the work status. Work status is used for data locking, and then audit, and then transport mechanism. After that, a very important part, that is BW. Generally, this particular unit is not required in BPC course content, but still I'm adding it in addition because it is also very important to know BW from BPC perspective. So in this unit, I'll be covering all the things which is required in BW from BPC perspective, and how we can validate our data which is sitting in BW. Then we will cover very important part, that is the security. So in this, we will create user, teams, data access profile and task profile, and we will manage the access mechanism and how the complete security mechanism will work in BPC. So this is all about the planning. Now coming to the NetWeaver consolidation. In consolidation, we will discuss about the transaction data collection. So for that, we will discuss about the dimensions and models required for overall collection of transaction data into the system. And then we will start the general entries, and then we will start the business rules, where we will work on balance carry forward and account transformation. After that, we'll cover the currency translation. Currency translation is also very important. So we will configure the complete currency translation, and then intercompany elimination and adjustments. After that, we will work upon some scenarios for account-based calculation, top-down allocation, and reporting with the use of local members, and the variance reporting for actual versus budget comparison. So this is all about for 10.1 classic course content. Now coming to my next slide, that is for SAP 10.1 embedded. So we will first discuss about the complete overview and its positioning, like how embedded work. Then we will come to the data integration part where we will discuss all the modeling part, the info providers and the objects which is present in BW, how we can create them and how we can use them in our project. Then we'll discuss about the IP planning function. So in that we will discuss like how we can create new planning functions by using this Fox code. And there are certain standard planning functions available into the system. So we will learn how we can use them, and then creating the planning sequences and accommodating your functions in the sequences. After that, we will focus on the queries part. So we'll learn how we can create and validate the PEX queries. And then we will discuss about the data integration. So in this, we will be focusing on the planning enabled queries. And then we will discuss about the embedded environment, models, and local info providers. After that, we will cover the BPC on HANA part with planning ADSOs. And then we will cover the analysis for Office add-in, in which we will learn how we can create reports, input forms, and the formatting, and the conditions and user selection filters. So this is all about the embedded. Now coming on to my next slide. This is regarding the BPC history and versions. The main purpose or idea behind this slide is just to learn how BPC came into existence, how BPC evolved, and what are the versions available. So SAP BPC was not a solution which is developed by SAP. So before BPC, in 2004, SAP created a planning solution that is integrated planning. It is for planning, but it was not for business users. It is for IT users because it is a highly technical solution. So what SAP thought, like they should have some solution which is used easily by the business users, right? So their entire enterprise performance management team launched like a new business suite focusing the requirement of business users. So they acquired During that point of time, Outlook Soft was a solution which was already in the market, and finance users are finding it very comfortable to use. So SAP thought to acquire Outlook Soft, which gave SAP the best user experience in the industry for planning and consolidation in one product. So the first version, that was 5.1, it was released, but it was not for NetWeaver, it was only for Microsoft platform. That means for only for non-SAP customers who are not using ECC. After that, 7.0 release came into existence, and it was for both NetWeaver and Microsoft. And then 7.5 release, it was also for both. And then 10.1 release, and then 10. So 10.1 release is the only one release for Microsoft platform, but there are two separate releases for NetWeaver. One is the 10.1 Classic, and another one is 10.1 Embedded. We also have a 11 release, that is BPC 11, but we don't have a formal documentation from SAP till now. So once we have the documentation, then we will be conducting a data session also for that. So here we will be discussing about the difference between BPC embedded and BPC standard. See, when we talk about BPC standard versus BPC embedded, so it's our responsibility to understand the basic difference in between these two versions. So if we talk about the BPC standard, here BW objects are exposed directly, right? All the BW objects are generated and controlled by BPC. But in BPC embedded, BW objects are directly exposed in BPC. So with BPC embedded, SAP delivers an infrastructure for design and implementation of planning and consolidation scenario. So this solution comprises the complete integration of planning, consolidation, and data warehousing. So if we discuss it in this diagram, so for the standard part, we can see we have ECC systems. From here, our actual data is coming into the standard BW. Also, the master data is also coming into the standard BW. And then the transaction data, actual data, and the master data will be coming into the BPC real-time cubes. And then on top of that, we'll create the BPC model for transaction data and BPC dimensions for the master data. And then we'll create the reports by using EPM add-in. So this is how it works in BPC 10.1 standard. On the other side, for BPC 10.1 embedded, If you see, we have the ECC system from where transaction data and master data is coming directly into the standard BW, and then it will go into the real-time BW cubes, and then we'll create aggregation layer on top of that, and then we'll create the query, and this query is used in analysis for office for creating the reports. So here, when we have the transaction data and the master data into the real-time BW info cube, so we'll create the BPC model. So that model will be having all the transaction data, and based upon that we can create reports through EPM also. So the basic difference is like all the transaction data and master data is residing into the real-time BW here in BPC embedded, and in BPC Classic it would be residing in BPC itself. This is the basic difference. And we use EPM add-in for reporting in BPC standard, but in BPC embedded we use analysis for office. Moving on to my next slide. It is also focusing the difference between the embedded and BPC standard. So here for embedded, we can see we have the basic cube and real-time cube in BW, then multi-cube, and on top of that, we'll have the aggregation layer, and then create the query. And by using analysis for office, we'll upload this query and we'll create the reports. So here you can see the planning model, BPC embedded planning model, which is directly linked with these cubes. And this is UI. For BPC standard, we have the standard planning model. This standard planning model resides in the standard environment. Based upon that, we'll create the reports by using EPM add-in. Here we have the web for all the admin activities. So this is the basic flow of embedded and standard. There is one more terminology related to BPC in market, which is called the BPC optimized for S4HANA. So we have a small table which tries to display the difference in between BPC Classic and BPC optimized. So if we talk about BPC optimized for S4HANA, so it is BPC optimized for S4HANA means it is BPC embedded, installed on BW, present in S4HANA. So BPC optimized is only available with S4HANA. So its first purpose is to replace planning functions from FICO, which are not there anymore in S4HANA Finance. So we have some benefits with BPC Classic and BPC optimized as well. So we will be discussing it here. So first, I'll take the BPC Classic. In this, we'll create all the reports, all the business functions with this Excel add-in. It's common to all SAP EPM tools. And then consolidation, local modeling, and the administration designed for business users, like business user can design the administration itself in the web. On the other hand, in BPC optimized for S4HANA, we have analysis for Office. The main difference is BPC optimized for S4HANA is no data replication is required with ERP, as the actual data and the master data is available on the real time. So no data replication is required here. If we see in this diagram, we have the HANA layer and then NetWeaver layer. That's same for both. Then we have the BW layer and then the BPC Classic. Here we have BW embedded. That is for S4HANA, and then BPC optimized. So moving on to my next section, we'll be discussing about the advantages of BPC. So first and very important advantage of BPC is unified planning, reporting, and consolidation. Why BPC is preferred by client over any other EPM tool is it's a single tool which is providing planning, consolidation, and reporting. Single tool means single UI for all the three functions. So this is the main advantage of BPC and why BPC is preferred over any other tool, because it's a single tool which is providing three functions. Three important functions for business users, that is planning, consolidation, and reporting. And then the second point is familiarity with Microsoft Excel. So business users are very familiar with using Microsoft Excel for their reporting, for planning and budgeting and all. So BPC provides Excel interface for creating the reports, for planning, budgeting and forecasting, and the consolidation as well. Now coming on to the third point, created, maintained, and run by business users. So BPC has a very easy to use web UI and very familiar EPM Excel. So business users are very comfortable in using the web as well as EPM Excel for creating the reports. So it's very helpful in the short-term planning, medium-range planning, and long-range planning. So coming on to the next important point, that is provide modeling capability to develop plans, budgets, and linking that to KPIs. So in this, business user can link their planning with their KPIs, that is key performance indicators. So it's a very important aspect where in a tool you are linking the planning with a organization's KPIs. And the last point, that is fast end user acceptance, means immediate time to value. Immediate time to value means system is fairly simple, UI and web-based system, easily accepted by the end users. Like we can create the dimensions, models, and reports easily into the system. Even it is easy for business users as well. So it's fast for handling and good for end user acceptance. So these are the 5 basic pillars which differentiate BPC from any other EPM solution in the market. Moving on to the next slide. Here we'll be talking about the BPC architecture. So here we have the ERP system first, and then HANA, and then BW, and then BPC 10.1 includes both standard and embedded. On the top of that, we have EPM add-in and analysis for Office, EPM add-in for the standard, and analysis for Office for embedded. So this is the basic architecture of BPC. So there are mainly 3 interfaces: BW system, which we call as backend, BPC web, which we call as front end, and then EPM add-in, that is for reporting. So this is the login screen for BW, and this is the login screen for BPC web. And this is the screen for EPM add-in. So in EPM add-in, we have 2 tabs, EPM and Data Manager. Data Manager is for using the Data Manager packages, for executing the Data Manager package for data manipulation. And in EPM, we have certain EPM functions and certain other functions for creating the reports. So if you see here, it appears just like a normal Excel, only 2 tabs in addition are there, EPM and Data Manager. So the reports which the business user will create by using EPM add-in would look like very similar to normal Excel reports. So coming to the next section, that is regarding the study material. So all these training material would be shared by you by the training and support staff, in which they will be providing you BPC 420. It is specifically for planning, and then 430, it's for reporting, and then 440, it's for consolidation. So these three for BPC standard, and then 450 for embedded. You will also receive certain interview questions and some FAQs also in the end of the course. Now there are a few more points. For server access, we will give you server access initially for 2 months, which can be extended for another 30 days whenever you are going for certification. Apart from that, throughout the year, whenever you are going for interviews or if you want to practice on weekends, we will also give you access for 2-3 days, free of cost. You will find support staff available 24/7 on Skype. You can also reach out to them on these numbers. These are the contact details. For USA, it's 1-424-444-7949. For India, it's 98851-90907. So very important point, like SAP is coming up with new add-ons syllabus every 6 to 8 months. So if in case there is any upgrade, so you guys come back and attend the Delta sessions free of cost. After the training, we will also help you for resume preparation and market your resume. Please check your emails for course fee transfer details and course content. And the spam folders as well. Sometimes mail go into the spam folder. So check spam folder also for the mails. And every second Sunday, we conduct doubt clarification section for the students, all students, so that they can clear their doubts. So this is all about the server and the support staff. For any queries related to fee, server access, and timelines, please contact Ishwar. These two are the IDs, eswar@abbrilliants.com and info@abrilliants.com. The USA number is 1-424-444-7949 and the India number is 98851-90907. It's available for WhatsApp and the Skype ID is CONNECTA Brilliants. and the website is www.abrilliants.com. And this course is for both classic and embedded, and the duration is 40 hours both. Classic means standard, which we have discussed. So this is all from my side. Now I'll be opening you for question and answer session. So please raise the hand icon. Then I'll unmute you and you can ask your questions. So there is one chat question by Shiva. It's BPC 10.1, can we do planning on HANA models? Yes, we can do planning on HANA models, but that is in BPC 10.1 embedded only. For 10.1 Classic, we can't do that because Classic is not on HANA. Any other question?
Hello. Hi Bhavana, this is Shiva here. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir.
Yeah, I have one question. So, what? So there is no SAP release for directly on HANA models. Like I heard about like predictive analysis tool is not part of the BPC. Is it a different part? Is it a different kind of tool?
Hi Shiva, could you please repeat your question?
Yeah, Bhavana. My question is, so we cannot directly do the planning on HANA models, correct? So there is another tool that I heard about, like a predictive analysis tool, so that we can consume the HANA models directly. So we cannot do we cannot there is no option to do in BBC, right?
No.
So what is the difference between PAC and the BPC? Predictive analysis and BPC.
BPC is a complete solution which is provided by SAP for planning consolidation and reporting, right?
Correct, yeah.
So here in itself we can create the we can upload the master data from BW, and we can upload the transaction data also.
Correct,
right?
okay.
But if we talk about the predictive analysis tool, so these tools do not provide all these capabilities single-handedly, right? So it's not like it's like predictive analysis, as the name suggests. It's not the actual, and we cannot use it for consolidation.
Okay, you mean yeah. So okay. In predictive analysis, we cannot, like, it's a different one, so we can predict based on whatever the data available, but you mean in embedded BPC we have an option like to write back into BW models.
Correct. Yes, absolutely correct.
All right, Bhavna. Yeah, I got you. Thank you.
Any other question? Guys, please feel free to ask any question just to resolve any query from your side. Please raise the hand icon button so that I can unmute you and we can discuss your query. So any question, Andy, from your side? I think you are self-muted. Could you please unmute yourself?
I'm good here. I don't have any question.
Okay, thanks. And then coming to AR Dasari. You're also self-muted. Any question from your side? Any question from your side, Kumara? I have self-muted you.
No questions from my side. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Any question from your side, Pawan? Any other question from your side, Shiva?
No, I'm good. Bhavna.
Okay, thank you. Any question from your side, Srini? Okay, so thanks everyone for joining in the session. I assure you that after this training program, you would be having good command on BPC with good job opportunities as well. Thanks for your time. We will connect again tomorrow, same time for session 1. So hope to connect with you all tomorrow, same time for session 1. Thank you.